Hi, everybody. It's Joe here again, Joe Ryan. My last semester as a college professor, and this is day 42, April 29th, 2021. I had a class today, and it went really well. It's funny, I was here at the computer at 5:45 or 6 o'clock, and I had 3 hours before the class began. I didn't do any classwork. As a matter of fact, I'm working on this thing for Italy. I'm trying to give a speech tomorrow about, it's supposed to be about evaluation, but I have nothing to say about evaluation that couldn't be said by anybody. So I'm a little nervous, very nervous actually, and I couldn't think straight for the last couple of days because when I'm in this pickle, I have to try to figure it out. So I think I have a way to go now, but it's probably going to be crazy. I'm not even sure it's going to work. And I don't even have time to really discuss it with myself because I have a meeting about it in about a half an hour. So it's going to be tough. But we'll figure it out in less than a half hour, 5 minutes. That's why I'm going to rush through this. But the class at ESL 4A was really interesting. I heard the students talking. I got ready to go. I got ready to work on it. I got ready for the class. And I was a couple minutes late, actually, which is surprising to me. But instead of opening up at 9:35, I opened at 9:37. The students were already there, but they were waiting. And we talked about passive voice, and boy, if yesterday's lesson about passive voice with ESL 5A was really lovely, today's was not as good. I mean, it was really like tough to get them to figure it out, and they were staying with it, but I was just pushing them and pushing and prodding them, and then I showed them a little video, which I think it's always good to like break up the class with a YouTube video or two. And the teacher on the YouTube, Arnell, is a wonderful English teacher. But even she really was kind of like rushing through stuff and wasn't really like as interesting as I was expecting her to be. But I'd seen her before, and she's really good. So the students got something out of it, though. I stopped it every once in a while. Then I actually added an additional video just to clarify, kind of give them the formula for how you change active voice to passive voice, and hopefully they learned something from it. That went on for about another half an hour, and finally we got through it all. And I stopped the class at 11:35 and gave them a 25-minute break. After the class, during the break, I actually talked to a couple of students about the Italian project, which is, becoming like the Italian morass, but that's okay. And, we'll see what happens. Just like these these little videos I do are kind of like the Italian morass came to my ass, and that's what happened. But anyway, so I figured out that a couple or two or three of the students spoke to me about it, and they seem to like really know what they're doing, which is great because I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm going to be part of the project itself. And I created it, so we'll see. But anyway, when we came back from break, I had promised the students that they were going to see a short video by one of the students in the class, Azad, from Iran, and her husband Mori was the cinematographer on it, the director of photography. And we sat and watched this 8-minute film, which is very intense and very tense. And I thought on the surface it was really interesting, and I enjoyed it, and I liked watching it again, and saw lots more in it than I did the first time, although I loved it the first time. And then afterwards, we spoke about this short film. I can't even remember the name of it. I called it 2222 because that was, I think, like the apartment number, or was supposed to be the apartment number. And then the students were very enthusiastic and said many good things, and I was very happy to hear them be so complimentary toward this couple. And they also spoke about their struggle, and both to come to the United States and be part of Hollywood. And they did mention something about Hollywood that I really wanted to like bring up again. I've forgotten that the best people in the world come here, not people that are just trying to catch up, but people that are already on top wherever they happen to be. come over here and they try to, create careers and lives for themselves that have real meaning. And it makes me sympathetic toward the immigrants in this country because in reality, they're struggling just to get here. And when they get here, they're not met with a lot of fun and games. It's like a struggle. I know that maybe they get taken care of somewhat, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, it's not an easy life. And when these two were talking and they made this really lovely film, and it was just 8 minutes, but you could see how much passion they put into it. It was great to see, and it was like why I'm teaching. I love this about this class. So anyway, then actually, we found out that this what we saw on the screen was basically not really accurate to what was happening in the world when they made the film. They actually had to import the furniture to do this two-room apartment, and they actually had to, bring in all the props and make sure that it all worked. And so the shoes on the table and the picture on the wall and the piece of orange peel on the heater, everything had to be brought in and kind of thoughtfully gone through, even what they were wearing, what their clothes looked like, and that it was a period piece. They were actually going back 30 years to the time of the Shah, and I was really surprised at that. I didn't realize that that's what happened. So that was pretty amazing, and we had a great time, talking about it. And then Maury, the the cinematographer, actually showed us some stills, showing us that even the rooms that we thought were real weren't even real. The closet where the rebel and the woman from the beginning of the movie are hiding in is not even a closet. So it was just made up at a studio, to look like the closet that belonged to this apartment house. And it wasn't even their apartment house. They had to like look for their apartment. It was just really impressive, like how much work went into it. Then you saw the crew, and it was like 10 or 12 guys, and you could tell like there was this rug that was leaning up against the door when she walks into the storage room, and it was annoying. But it's like the heavy rod of the Shah, like down on it. Oh my God, coming down on them. It was really amazing. I was just really impressed by it. So anyway, then we went into the island of the Blue Dolphins, and I always skimmed over this book when I read, not when I read it, but when I teach it. But I'm doing intense like every chapter of the book, and the students are really getting it, which I'm really impressed by because we only have like a couple more weeks, 4 more weeks of this. Oh my God, we're coming to the end. I'm getting sad and I'm getting excited at the same time. I don't want to lose these friendships, but I also feel like it's a good time to like kind of move out into the world and see what's going on. So thank you for the time and God bless you all.